Good evening, I'm Fintan O'Tiernahan and you're watching Non-Objective News. Coming up on tonight's programme, I will be speaking with Susan Geraghty from the MFM organisation about her stance on the Repeal the 8 debate, which seeks to alter the 8th Amendment of the Irish Constitution. Catherine Whitmore will be bringing us up to speed on all the trivial events in the world of celebrity culture. Cunningham McArdle will be giving us an insight into some local news stories on the cutting edge. And finally, Thomas Sharkey has a special news report on the growing tensions on Irish streets between our country's homeless population and the influx of refugees from war-torn Middle East. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Earlier this afternoon, I spoke to Susan Geraghty. Joining me now is Susan Geraghty from the MFM organisation, or Militant Feminist Movement.
Sorry, no, that's not actually what MFM stands for. What it actually stands
Excuse
for
me,
is...
please don't cut across me. That's incredibly rude. You can have your say when I say you can have your say, okay? Now, I was hoping to keep this civil, but since you've gone down this road, let me ask you this. Why is it that you promote embryonic genocide? Embryonic means...
I know what embryonic means.
Miss, please try and maintain your composure. Let me rephrase the question so that you might understand. What is it that you enjoy most about killing unborn children? I mean, they can't walk, in fact, they can't move. It hardly seems like a fair sport now, does it?
I don't want to kill unborn children, Fintan, nor does anyone at MFM. We simply want to give women the rights to choose what happens to their own body and not to have that choice be predetermined by some outdated patriarchal religious ideology.
Oh, so we're attacking Jesus now, are we, Susan?
No, Fintan, I am not attacking Jesus, nor the Christian faith for that matter. I was just simply saying...
Saying that you want to destroy a cornerstone of our society, the Christian faith.
Well, given that this country has evolved into a pluralist, multicultural society, you run the risk of offending a lot of people by claiming that the Christian faith is the cornerstone of our country.
Well, luckily for us, Susan, a lot of those people don't watch this show, so I think we're safe. Now, let me ask you this, Susan. How old is too old?
I'm sorry?
Abortion, Susan. We're speaking about abortion. How old is too old? Is it 3 months? 6 months? Do we let them develop some baby teeth? 12 months, perhaps? Or do we send them off to play school?
What the hell are you talking about?
Susan, we're talking about abortion. You clearly are quite confused. That's why I presented this visual aid for you, to help you understand. Now, Susan, I want you to stop me when you think I've gone far enough, okay? Susan, is this too old? No? Perhaps this is too old, Susan. No? Stop me anytime, Susan. Am I getting too far? How about now, Susan? Is this too old? No? I mean, what you talking about, Susan? How old is too old, Susan?
I just want to say that I think this is incredibly distasteful and offensive. You are trivializing a very complex issue and using fear-based propaganda to influence the decision of undecided and, dare I say, vulnerable people.
Baby killer. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have an intolerance to this allergen-based neo-feminist crap you're trying to push down my throat right now. You really are the wheat and gluten of political ideologies.
Where's that coming from?
Our studio audience, of course.
I was told you don't have a studio audience.
Well, that about does it for this interview. We'll have to wrap things up. Susan, I'd like to thank you for joining us and giving us your thought on these, frankly, bizarre conspiracy theories.
What?
Now, over to Catherine Whitmore for the latest in the world of showbiz and entertainment. Catherine?
Hi guys, Catherine here with the latest celebrity goss. And what a week it's been. Justin Bieber was spotted trying to further his self-imposed bad boy image this week. The Biebs was apparently having a nice day out in San Diego Zoo, but was forced to leave after being accused of harassing some tigers. He allegedly whipped out a box of Kellogg's Frosties and began throwing cereal at the tigers while screaming, "Eat up, motherfuckers, they're great." But that's not all. Bieber then made his way over to the lion enclosure and actually exposed his genitals while screaming, Hey Lion King pricks, who wants a bite of my lion bar? Just awful stuff. But on the other hand, his derivative, overproduced music makes a lot of money for a lot of people. So keep up the good work, Justin. In other news, Kim Kardashian was held at gunpoint by some masked men who managed to escape with approximately $8.5 million worth of jewellery. While some may argue that the attention should really be put on the fact that her disposable income and wealth is enough to provide food and shelter for so many homeless, poverty-stricken people, were she so inclined. Instead, most media outlets have decided to focus on whether she herself is okay, even though they literally did nothing to harm her. But all that aside, we here at Non-Objective News say, get well soon, Kim. We're here for you. Back to you, Fintan.
Now we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we return, Alan Mc Elroy will be joining us. Please stay tuned.
What are you doing this summer? Get down to Snackbox Festival, a festival for scaldy cunts and knackers alike. Live at the Olympia Theatre. Tickets $39.50, with acts on the night including Nasty Spitter. Poor child in you ain't got a fucking clue. Yo, I put a child in you, I come through and I impregnate you. We are here, Leave It Out Woman, live on the Amberleaf stage. Followed by a 3-hour set from Kick Her Face Off Kelly. Other acts on the night include a man asking you for a lend of a lighter every 2 minutes, a girl being fingered to an Avicii song, and last but not least, Gavin James. Snackbox Festival. Get your tickets now.
Coming new to Spotify this summer. Now that's what I don't call music. A collection of songs you used to love being performed by people you've never heard of to auto-tuned, overproduced, manufactured wank. Including such classics as
Baby, if you got to go away, don't think I could take the pain. Won't you stay another day?
and of course, who could forget?
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From the gang called niggas with attitudes.
And the ever timeless Now that's what I don't call music. Play your role in the deconstruction of music as we know it. Holy shit, what's happening to society? Now that's what I don't call music. Coming to Spotify this summer.
Good evening, and thank you for joining me on The Cunning Edge. I'm your host, Cunningham McArdle. First up, Pokemon Go? More like paedophile, oh no. Dark web wizards Nanononce have developed an app available on the black market that emulates the popular, well-loved franchise. The game uses the same slogan, gotta catch 'em all. Only this time, it's your kids they're after. It uses GPS tracking systems in the phone that allows paedophiles to track down wild children within a 10-foot radius. The game actually uses local creches as gyms, and some have been using the lure feature to prey on unsuspecting victims. Gardaí have issued a public safety message to parents stating that if you happen to see an unknown man using his phone in the vicinity of their children, the parents are advised to beat them with a blunt object of some kind, and to death if necessary. My personal advice to any children that are watching is make sure that they don't have a peek at you. Gardaí have cracked down on a string of pop-up raves known as Matchbox 20 raves. The illegal events are being spearheaded by Rob Thomas, lead singer of sappy 90s pop rock band Matchbox 20. Until now, Gardaí have found it extremely difficult to catch Thomas in the act, as the illegal events would take place inside actual matchboxes. The venues would then be burned down immediately after the raves ended, leaving little to no physical evidence. Upon speaking to Thomas, after his arrest, he told our reporter that he regretted his crimes. He stated that he was, quote, wrong from the start, and that he just wanted to be like Bez and the boys. Have a look at this clip.
I wanna fucking bite boat, go fucking sail on the boat. go to fucking sale and make dinner on the fucking boat and sell it and call it fucking gravy boat and fucking chicken and fucking York.
Seagull!
And seagulls, yeah, man, fucking seagulls and
Fuck that seagull, man.
Fucking I love the matchbox, keep the fucking shit lit. Gonna keep it fucking lit. Give it a fucking lighter, yeah. Give us a lighter.
We're in a fucking matchbox.
A teenage girl has been hospitalised this morning due to a severe case of I can't even, forcing her to be carried out of school on a stretcher and rushed to the Mater Private Hospital. The girl, aged 16, became ill following an altercation with one of her teachers, who had asked her for her homework. When asked to present her work, the girl went into a fit of convulsions due to it being a Monday and that she, quote, wasn't able for this shite. The girl is believed to be in critical condition and is currently being treated with heavy doses of Now magazines and reruns of the hit reality TV show Crowe and Kim Take Miami. That's all from me on The Cunning Edge. Back to you, Fintan.
Thanks, Cunningham. And now on non-objective news, Thomas Sharkey has an eye-opening report on the secret war for the Irish streets.
We see them on the streets every day. We pass by them on the way to work, feeling empathy for them, but knowing we would never want to take their place. I mean, who in their right mind would want to be in that position? Well, it seems that there now are indeed a group of people that threaten to usurp the homeless from their cosy doorways and urine-stained sleeping bags. I speak, of course, of the Syrian refugees. So how do you feel about the fact that the influx of these refugees threaten to take the begging spot that you've worked so hard for? Well, not worked for, obviously, but you know what I mean.
Well, I am aware of the Syrian refugee crisis at the minute, actually, and as someone who's gone through personal hardship in my time, I actually understand what they're going through, so I hope the government pulls together and helps those people out, yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. How do you feel about the fact that these refugees are going to rival your lot in the battle of the beggars? I mean, there are so many coppers to go around, aren't there?
I find that highly offensive, and I don't think someone in your position as a tool for the mass corporate media should be trying to sway this situation and try and make some sort of rivalry out of it just to get extra ratings for you and your fat cats.
I see what's going on here. You obviously didn't understand the question. Brian, could we get a dictionary for this young man? He's obviously very confused.
Actually, I did understand the question. What confuses me is why you're being so unprofessional and highly insensitive.
After some careful consideration, the uneducated transient man finally understood the question that I had put forth to him. Here's what he had to say.
Well, I actually am aware of the Syrian refugee crisis down at the minute, yeah. I hope the government pulls together. We'll try and incite some sort of battle royale for the streets. The Syrian refugees are extremely offensive.
I managed to secure a second interview with a rather covetous homeless man who happened to be in the surrounding area. Here's what he had to say on the current refugee crisis. Well, I don't want them refugees coming in here taking my begging spot. I begged there, and me father begged there before me, and his father before him. Here, I tell you what, it's all the end of Kenny's fault, the Here, if you lend of a fiver there, please. And there you have it. Just when you thought the streets couldn't get any messier, now there's one more group of freeloading parasites to step over while you're running to catch the 46A to your graphic design company. Luckily though, as soon as the winter comes, those numbers will radically decrease, just as Mother Nature intended. This is Thomas Sharkey for Non-Objective News.
Well, that does it for this week's edition of Non-Objective News. I'm Fintan O'Tiernan, reminding you to always stay vigilant. Seriously, what a stupid bitch trying to challenge me on my own set? On abortion? God damn it. Get me my coffee. It better be hot.